Hello Year 3, this is your maths video for Friday. Today in maths we are going to continue looking at fractions, but we're going to look at them in a little bit more detail and how we can work them out a little bit clearer. So what I'd like you to do, I'd like you to write the date and the LO, Friday the 15th of January, and the learning objective to solve fraction problems. I'd like to pause the video now and off you go to write the date and LO, please. Go, go, go. Right, once you've wrote your date and LO, what we are going to do, we are going to start looking at some fraction problems and how we can work them out all together. So below I have 3 questions and I'd like you to pause the video and try and help me work these out. So, my question here, let's read it. There are 40 children in Year 3. One quarter of the children are in Red House. How many children are in Red House? So what we need to do, we need to have a look at the bar chart below. We know that my whole 40 has been split up into quarters, which is what this demonstrates here. Okay, now we are looking for 1 quarter. So what we need to do, we need to figure out a quarter of 40. So the calculation that we need to do is 40 divided by 4. So let's work that out, okay? So let's use our fingers to help us. We are going to divide 40 by 4. So let's count in 4s and see how many times we can get 4 into 40. Let's go. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. So 40 divided by 4 equals 10. So then what we know is that each one of these is a quarter. Each one is a quarter. So we'll add all those on. And how much, oh dearie me, how much does a quarter equal? Can you remember? A quarter is 10, isn't it? We've just worked that out. 40 divided by 4 is 10. So what I'm going to do, in each box here, I'm going to write 10. I'm going to write 10. I'm going to write another 10. Goodness me, look at all these 10s. And 10. So my next part of my question is, how many children are in the Red House? Now we know a quarter of the children are in Red House, so we're just looking at 1 quarter. So let's have a look at 1 quarter here. And that is how many children are in the Red House. How many is that, Year 3? It is 10. Superstars, well done. Let's move on to the next question. So, my next question. Oh, Miss Dunn's favourite kind of question. Food. So, Miss Dunn has 32 sweets. She gives 1/8 of them to her friend, Miss Khan. How many sweets does Miss Khan have? Now, we've got our whole here, and it looks like it's split up into 8ths, doesn't it? So, before we start, what we're going to do, we are going to just write 1/8 under each part, just so that we know what it shows. 1/8, 1/8. And I know this is a little bit time consuming, but it will really help you with your working out. Oh, what fraction have I marked so far there? Have a think. If you said 1/2, you are absolutely right. Well done, superstars. 1/2 of my 8ths. Right, what I'm going to do now, and what we are going to do, we're going to find out how many times 8 goes into 32, because there's, we are looking at 8 parts to the whole, and we've got 32 sweets. So let's do 32 divided by 8. There we go. Right, so let's count in our 8s to 32. Now, I know this isn't the easiest times table to work out, but we do know the beginning of the 8s times table. So let's give it a good try. We're going to use our fingers again to help us. Are you ready? 8, 16, 24, 32. We've got there already. So how many is that? 32 divided by 8 is 4. So let's write 4 there. So what does that 4 actually show us, year 3? It shows us 1/8 of the sweets, doesn't it? So let's get a fancy new colour. And each one of these would be 4 then, wouldn't it? 4 what? 4 bananas, 4 peanuts, 4 sweets. So nearly done with this now. So if you look at the question, it says that Miss Dunn very kindly gives Miss Khan 1/8 of her sweets. So how many sweets has Miss Dunn actually given to Miss Khan? So we're looking at just 1/8, just 1/8. So let's circle that 1/8. There we go. How many sweets would that be, year 3? It would just be 4 sweets, wouldn't it? That's a bit tight of Miss Dunn, really. But that means I've got 28 sweets all to myself. And I think I'm happy with that. Right, let's try and work out this final question. Now, this one is a little bit tricky, but it's absolutely fine. We're working it all together. So, big numbers in this one. There are 33 children in the class. 22 of those children are girls. What fraction of the class is girls? Now, this is a bit trickier because it's asking us about the fraction, not of how many is in that fraction. So we need to do it a little bit backwards. Now, we've got 2 numbers here that we can see. We've got 33 here and we've got 22 here. Now, what I'd like you to do, I'd like you to think what number can go into both 33 and 22. Have a think, pause the video if you like, and we'll come back to it in a second. Off you go. If you said the number 11, you're absolutely right, because if you're counting in your 11 times table, we've got 11, 22, 33. But if we do that, 11, 22, 33. Now we know 33 is our whole, isn't it? Because there's 33 children in the whole class. How many times does 11 go into 33? 3 times. We need a table, don't we? We need a bar chart. So let's get a bar chart on. It always disappears on me. There we go. Let's bring it down to our question. There we go. Right. So we know that we've got 11 here, 11 here, and 11 here. So now what we need to figure out is how much is in each what is the fraction in each section. So we've got this one there, we've got this one there, and we've got this one there. Okay, now we've got our whole, and it's cut up into how many parts? 3. So it's cut up into thirds, isn't it? So let's write a third under each one. 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. Now, the next part of the question, it says 22 of the children are girls. What fraction of the class is girls? Now we know that 11 add 11 is 22. So we are now looking at this bit here, aren't we? So that is 22. So how much of the fraction is girls there? Now we've got 1/3 here, and we've got another third here. 1/3 add 1/3 equals what? It equals 2/3. So 2/3 of the class is girls. Now that one was a little bit trickier to work out. What I'd like you to do on the class page today, there are different questions depending on what group you are on. Your grown-ups know what group you are in now, and you should know as well, year 3. We've done this lots in class. Have a try at the questions. There are 5 questions per section, and give it your best shot. Okay, what I'd like you to do once you've done your questions is I'd like you to take a photo and send your work to me on Class Dojo. Good luck and see you soon. Bye.